start. Now, sir, honorable members will recall that the bill was introduced in the House of the People on the 2nd September 1953. It has had a long history, and in one form or another it has been before the public since the end of 1949. In the statement of objects and reasons, the various stages through which the bill has passed since 1946 have been summarized, and I need not recapitulate on this occasion the circumstances in which the then Government of India took the decision in early 1946 to initiate an inquiry into the reform of our company law. I would remind honorable members that between 1946 and 1948, the entire field of company law was carefully reviewed by two distinguished company lawyers who were appointed to recommend the broad lines on which the present act should be revised. Their recommendations were examined in the then Ministry of Commerce, and certain tentative departmental views which emerged were circulated in a comprehensive memorandum to all recognized trade and industrial associations, bar associations, the high courts, and the state governments. That brought us to the end of 1949. Many representations on this memorandum were duly received from chambers of commerce, trade and industrial associations, state governments, and the general public. At the end of 1950, the Government of India appointed a committee under the chairmanship of Sri Bhabha to go into the entire question of the revision of the Companies Act, with particular reference to its bearing on the development of trade and industry in this country. This committee examined a large number of witnesses in many parts of the country and submitted its on report in March 1952. This report again was circulated to all state governments, chambers of commerce, trade associations, high courts, and many other bodies. At the same time, a special officer was appointed in the Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance, to examine the report in the light of the views received from the interested public, and to submit proposals to government for the revision of the present act. The bill now before the House is based largely on the recommendations of the Company Law Committee, modified in a few particulars. Para nationalism is an idea that involves a feeling of extremely strong attachment and loyalty towards one's own country. India being a diverse country where people with different religions, castes, races, languages, and cultures are present, nationalism is a feeling that binds everyone together in the spirit of oneness. Nationalism helps to achieve unity in diversity. For a nation's progress or prosperity, it is imperative that its citizens rise above their regional identities and strengthen the sense of pride in their nation. Para. One example of nationalism seen in the pre-independence period was Quit India movement, which was launched in the year 1942. India joined the freedom struggle under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. The entire country adopted the slogan "Do or die, now or never". They demanded the British to quit India immediately. It was a great movement which brought the whole nation together. Some national leaders who contributed to the growth of nationalism are Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, B.G. Tilak, Swami Vivekananda, and many more. Para-nationalism gave rise to a healthy spirit of national rivalry and thereby added to the enrichment of culture and improve standard of living. Nationalism is also responsible for the advancement of every nation politically by the intercourse of contact, competition, and conflict. In India, there are a number of political parties with different ideologies. Political leaders are self centered, and opposition parties tend to oppose even the policies made by the ruling party in the interest of nation. It is a typical feature of India which signifies unity in diversity, but at the same time it is posing serious threat to nationalism. Communal classes have become a common feature of Indian society. Para Article 370 of the Constitution had granted a separate legal status to Jammu and Kashmir. Many enactments were not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. Now the Indian government has on 5th August 2019 revoked the special status or limited autonomy granted under the Article 370 of the Indian Constitution to Jammu and Kashmir. Though Jammu and Kashmir is the integral part of India, terrorism and militant activities have become burning issues which are posing a threat to nationalism. Para nationalism sometimes gives rise to egoistic concept that the laws and civilization of one's own country are superior to those of other nations. This pampers and racial feelings and degenerates into choicism or bellicose nationalism. Despite all the difficulties, nationalism is a great democratic ideal which continues to live as the strongest force and continues to inspire struggle for national liberation in different parts of the globe. Para freedom of speech is one of the fundamental rights provided to the citizens of India. Article 19 subsection first A of Indian Constitution says that all citizens have the right to freedom of speech and expression. It gives right to all the citizens of our country to express their ideas and share their opinions freely. Freedom of speech forms the basis of a democracy. Freedom of speech helps an individual to attain self fulfillment. It helps in discovering the truth. It provides a mechanism by which it would be possible to establish a reasonable balance between stability, and social change. It includes the expression of one's ideas through any communicable medium or visible representations such as gesture, signs, etc.